Okay, let's try again. Technical problems. Today is the 31st of January 2021. So, Happy New Year to you all. It's a nonsensical saying. Materialistic people are given to uttering all kinds of absurdities, and the most common absurdity at this season is to wish people Happy New Year, when the year we're just coming out of wasn't happy, and the year before that wasn't happy, and the year before that wasn't happy, and the year before that wasn't happy, and there's never been any happy year ever, but still we're hoping that it will be a happy new year. Although it is widely acknowledged that the last year was not such a good year, due to coronavirus and lockdowns, and apart from that, apart from the ongoing portentousness of coronavirus, there are so many things. International tensions especially are very high, and in general the world is very bad. Yes, that is certified by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Dukhalayam. Lord Krishna says this world is a place of misery. So to wish someone a happy new year, what does it mean? To wish someone a happy new year in a place of misery. Everything here is temporary. The year that we're just coming out of course, we haven't come out of it yet, and we haven't seen the new year yet. We might not live until the new year. Of course, if you're watching this recorded in 2022, presuming it gets recorded and published, there's no guarantee at this point in time, then what I just said will be moot. Anyway, the point is, it's widely recognized the world is going through a particularly bad period, and what is going on? Well, for the answer, we can take information from Srimad Bhagavatam, ancient or timeless Vedic literature. Nate vidu swartagating hi Vishnum durashaya ye bahiratamanas andhayatan dhayarupaniamanas te pishatan triyam urudamni badha. Materialistic people don't know that their real self-interest is Vishnu, God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's where their real self-interest lies, in becoming God-conscious. Not knowing this, realizing this, accepting this, they make plans in this world. They have great hopes for becoming happy on the external platform, the platform of enjoying the senses. But there's no actual possibility of becoming happy in this way. So it's a useless hope. And even if sometimes your plans are fulfilled, you don't get any happiness from it. So people, they follow bad leaders, blind leaders. There are leaders and followers in this world. And mostly those who are leading, with the exception of those who are devotees of Krishna, those who are leading don't know where they should be taking us. They can't see themselves. They're just like blind men leading other blind men. If a blind man catches hold of the shoulder of another blind man, but the leading blind man assures him that he knows where he's going and don't worry, everything will be okay, then what's the result? You fall in a ditch. The first man falls in the ditch and the second man falls in the ditch. Or a more up-to-date example, the first man gets smashed by a truck, and then the second one does also, because he's following a blind leader. Practically, what does this mean for all of us? That due to not knowing where we're going, what we're doing, due to hoping against hope for a happiness that will not be, we are becoming more and more bound in the complexities of material existence. Srila Prabhupada used to call this making plans. He would sarcastically talk about materialistic people making plans. Because people are always making plans that, well, okay, life's not so wonderful right now, okay, but we'll make some adjustments. We'll adjust this and we'll adjust that, and then everything will be okay. And this is the history of humankind. It's called progress or civilization, to make various adjustments by which people think they will be happy. I just came across something particularly absurd. It would be laughable if people didn't take it seriously. Some people are taking it very seriously. It's called Transhumanism. And the idea is, okay, I'll just read that. What does it say? An international group of authors crafted the Transhumanist Declaration in 1998. The first two of the 8 preambles state, 1. Humanity stands to be profoundly affected by science and technology in the future. We envision the possibility of broadening human potential by overcoming aging, cognitive shortcomings, involuntary suffering, and our confinement to planet Earth. We envision the possibility. Yeah, but whoever signed that declaration, they're not going to see it. They're going to be dead and gone before this plan is fulfilled. But it's absurd. People have been thinking of this for years, and for always thinking how we can overcome death and aging, confinement to planet Earth. We'll go off to other planets and mess those planets up, already messing them up. But we plan to do it in a more comprehensive manner. Foolishness. Number 2, we believe that humanity's potential is still mostly unrealized. There are possible scenarios that lead to a wonderful and exceedingly worthwhile enhanced human conditions, which just underscores the point that at the present time, the human condition is neither wonderful nor exceedingly worthwhile. But we're making plans. It's going to be wonderful in future. The only thing is we won't live to see it. But we could get our bodies frozen like Walt Disney did and hope no one pulls the plug out and hope that someone can sparkle us back to life so that we can enjoy the wonderful and exceedingly worthwhile enhanced human conditions. If anyone would be so kind as to pull the plug on us, not pull the plug on us, and defreeze us, defrost us, and bring us back to life so we can enjoy ourselves in the wonderland of transhumanistic, post-human life. With if your lung gets worn out, get a new lung. If your leg gets smashed up, get a new leg. You can make it out of plastic, right? Your brain gets messed up. It's already messed up. You can download it into a computer and you can live on like this. So great plans, but they don't know that God is in control, and people have been making plans like this since time immemorial. Ravana wanted to build a mechanical means to go to the heavenly planets. Failure. In the Bible, we also have the Tower of Babel. Similar story in the Old Testament. So, making plans, but inexorable time. The very word inexorable means it can't be stopped. The force of time cannot be changed. We may think that we shall overcome, but time is more powerful than us. Time is a representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We're all gonna die happy as you like. Be happy as you like. I remember a teacher at school telling us, we were in a pub together, a few of us. We were all, the kids, we were all underage. Anyway, what does it matter? So in a half-drunk state, he said, my aim of life is to die with a smile on my face. And what does that help you? One devotee who I'd known for many years, who was married to one of my disciples, he died 2 days ago. She's devastated, understandably. And this morning, I got the news that yesterday, my father had died, which was not unexpected. He was almost 95 years old. So, people we know, they die. I'll die, you'll die. I'll die, you'll die, everyone will die. Everyone's dying left, right, and center. And that's not all. We'll get born again. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityur. Dhruvang janma mritasya cha. Everyone is born has to die. Everyone who dies has to be born. And in between, there's so much suffering. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Actual knowledge means to understand that the situation of this material world, the actual situation of the material world is one of birth, death, old age, and disease. This is taught by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes people think Bhagavad Gita it's a very mystic book with all kinds of mystic and cryptic understandings. But it's a very straightforward, factual book which gives us actual knowledge of this world and who we are and who is God and how to relate to God and how to go to God. So very straightforward information. You don't need to be a great philosopher or scientist or even extremely intelligent to understand it. This material world is miserable because birth, death, old age, and disease are unavoidable attendant miseries of our human condition. So we're thinking of making wonderful human condition in the future. It's always in the future. But in the meantime, we're suffering, and the suffering goes on. So people think, well, enjoy while you can. People who are aware that we have to die. So people think, well, just enjoy while you can. Srila Prabhupada compared this to goats at a slaughterhouse. They see one after another their fellow goats having their heads chopped off. Of course, this is before the days of mechanized slaughter, where it's all done in a very efficient way. But the goats see other goats being slaughtered, and so a billy goat gets on top of a she goat and starts having sex because he thinks, well, I'm going to have my head cut off, I'm going to die, so might as well enjoy myself while I can. The whole endeavor to be happy in a place of misery is absurd, and more intelligent, dukkha doshanu darshanam, to see that this material world is miserable and make a solution to what's the solution to the problem. Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. Anudarshanam means we should learn from others about the situation of this material world, but learn from those who know. Otherwise, trying to enjoy in this material world, what is it? It's bodily enjoyment, mental enjoyment, intellectual enjoyment. America, Britain, so many people are convinced this is the greatest civilization in the history of man. And what is it? You see well-to-do Americans, 70 years old, the women with lipstick on and the men wearing shorts and going to the beach, and then 70-year-olds trying to enjoy each other's body. And that's the epitome of civilization. It's absurd, it's pathetic, and it's ignorant, and it's not civilized. Now, you may say, well, this is a very pessimistic outlook. I mean, why don't we just chill out a bit, be happy? But it's realistic. It is realistic. And it is sensible to find out a solution. What's the solution? Transhumanism. Jump on a rocket with Elon Musk and go to Mars. But wait a minute, he didn't set up his brave new world. He didn't set it up yet. That was the title of a book, right? Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, with the idea everything's gonna be wonderful in Brave New World, utopia, but it doesn't work out. Aldous Huxley, insightful person. No doubt. Was it Aldous? Yeah, I believe it was. There's Thomas Huxley also. Confusion. So many Huxleys. Anyway, it's sensible to be pessimistic about this situation in the material world. But then why do we say Happy New Year? Why do we? Because it is our inherent propensity to be happy. It is our birthright. It is our natural condition to be happy. That is why we want to be happy. So the situation is not hopeless. Durashaya, the situation in the material world, durashaya means it's a reservoir of badness or of bad hopes, of useless hopes. But to be hopeful is not a bad thing. But we have to know where to place our hope so that there will be the actual possibility of attaining happiness eternally. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. Material world is miserable and everything here is temporary. So we need to go to a place, or we need to attain that condition or state of consciousness or state of being in which there is full happiness, unmitigated by any distress, and it lasts. It doesn't go on just like the fireworks. And tonight there'll be so many fireworks. Maybe not, because it's raining so much around here. But here there may not be. So many fireworks, and they go up and finished. Very quickly finished. But we want eternal, not finished very quickly. Whoops. Woo. How do we do this? He keeps on. Okay. Okay. Yeah, go to the end. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, we desire full happiness, and we desire not to die. That is possible. That is natural, not in the material condition. We have to come to the spiritual condition. The spiritual condition is described in Bhagavad Gita. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayang bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nityang shashvato yang purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Lord Krishna speaks to the distraught Arjuna on the battlefield. Arjuna doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to see death. But Krishna tells him that bodies will be killed, but for the soul, for the eternal spiritual spark which animates the body, for the soul there is never birth nor death, nor has the soul ever come into being at any time, as is thought in Christianity and Islam, and probably also Judaism. Abrahamic religions, they think God makes new souls every time. But no, we are individual souls. We have never come into being. We are eternal, and we are unborn, undying, old, but always fresh, because the soul doesn't suffer, the soul doesn't die, but in this material condition which we have accepted this suffering condition. The body dies, the body is killed, or just dies this way, that way, the other way, but the soul never dies. So then we have to find out how to come to the condition whereby we don't die, we go to the spiritual world. Of course, there's so many concepts to be understood here. I'm just making it short. We go to the spiritual world where there's no suffering. Then we learn from Bhagavad Gita. Please read Bhagavad Gita. Read Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Understand all these things. Otherwise, we can say Happy New Year as much as we like, but our life is just uselessly wasted. So, what do we learn from Bhagavad Gita? How to attain eternal, blissful, happy life. Lord Krishna teaches, Janma karma cha me divyam evang yo veti tatvataha tyagdva dehang punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Krishna assures Arjuna that anyone who understands about me, Krishna is talking about himself. He's not a person like you or me. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Eternal Living Person. So anyone, Krishna says, who understands that my appearance in this world and my activities in this world are not part of this world, anyone who properly understands this, just by understanding this, when inevitable death comes to that person, he will not get reborn. Our real problem is we're getting born again and again and again, and hoping again and again and again, and wishing each other Happy New Year again and again and again, and suffering again and again and again. But Krishna teaches us, just try to understand me, and as a result of that, you can go to this spiritual world, Krishna's abode, the land of eternal happiness, with no envy, no greed, no mundane lust. Everything is perfect, and it's not boring either. You might think perfection is boring. It's not boring. It's blissful at every moment. And having once gone there, Krishna says, you don't come back again to this material world. Of course, our devotees in Krishna consciousness, they're always happy. Srila Prabhupada told us, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. It's a very simple formula. During this month, December, devotees make a special effort to distribute the books of Srila Prabhupada, to give this knowledge to people who are suffering for lack of it. So at the end of December, or some end at Christmas time, then devotees come to a more relaxed stage of life. But why stop distributing books? Of course, it's good to go on throughout the year. Full marathon mode may not be possible throughout the year. We need to take time for ourselves studying the books, following the program of chanting Hare Krishna. The body also sometimes needs some rest, some maintenance. But we can go on throughout the year. There are many devotees who really sacrifice a lot during December, put a lot of effort to distribute the books. But then they have to wait another 11 months to start. But we can go on throughout the year, go on throughout the life. We'll be happy. Others will be happy. Srila Prabhupada will be happy. Krishna will be happy. Let us share this happiness with others. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches, Ateiv shab fal deho jare tare kaya hok lok ajara amare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explaining how he comes to this world to distribute the fruit of prema, of pure love. He says to everyone should distribute this fruit to everyone, so that by taking this fruit, by allegorically eating the fruit of love of God, people will become free from all bodily miseries, old age and death. Ataivami agya dilun shabakare jaha taha prem fal dehot jare tare. Again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, therefore I order everyone to distribute this love of God, the fruit of love of God. The ultimate fruit of all Vedic wisdom is love of Krishna, to distribute to everyone. We can do that by going on Sankirtan parties, chanting the holy names, let others hear the holy names, distributing these books which gives knowledge of Krishna. This is the Vedic mission, that everyone should be happy. Sarve sukhino bhavantu. Everyone should be happy. No one can be happy in this material world. It's absurd. It is the persistent but absurd mistake to think that we can be happy here. But actual happiness is in understanding who we are, who is God, Krishna, and acting on that understanding. So, Happy New Year in the real sense, not the nonsense. Happy New Year means to chant Hare Krishna and do whatever we can according to our capacity to help others also come to this actually wonderful and actually fulfilled life of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dante nidhaya churnakam padaya nipatya kritvacha kakushatameta tataham ravimi. Hey sadhava sakala eva vihaya durat gauranga chandra charane kurutana. Parivadatu jano yatha tatava nanumukaro navayang vicharayamaha harirasamadirāmadati matta bhuvi vilutama nattama nirvishama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.